Hi there everyone, Jack here again at the Vinyl Voyage. As you can see then, I'm having a go at the Soul tag tonight. This was a tag that was put together by John, the 6-inch Pianist. I kind of almost laughing when I say that. It's a fantastic name, but it's not so easy to say with a Scottish accent. It's been the 6-inch Pianist for about 4 or 5 attempts, so I'm glad that's out of the way. John's got a great channel. I love his Soul tag, full of great music. I love the needle drops, and I really like his live streams as well, where he does the pub Jukebox. Lots of great music on there as well. So looking forward to having a go at this. I'm going to have a go at the needle drops as well. I've got a bit of soul and funk in my collection, though I rarely show it, and I really should get it out and listen to it more. So great opportunity today to pull out my records and give them a good listen. So first up then, first question, a Saturday night record. And I couldn't think of a better one than Parliament's Mothership Connection from 1975 on Casablanca's Records. Now, my copy's pretty trashed, so I'm going to get it back in the sleeve as quickly as possible, so it literally disintegrated in my hand. But yeah, check out that cover. That is a party time cover. George Clinton and the rest of the crew going for it. You can take your pick of the tracks on here. They're all really upbeat, and P-Funk wants to get funked up. The opening track's a real party starter. Night of the Thumpasaurus Peoples is the last track, really good. But we're going to go with one for the needle drop that does exactly what it says in the tin. Give up the funk, tear the roof off this sucker. Number 2, show a Sunday morning record. So we're going to go with 1974's Transition from Barbara Mason. This is on Buddha Records. And while you might think that this looks like the soundtrack to some 70s blaxploitation movie, it's a little bit funky, but it's more of a kind of gospel influence, I think, to this. Really like Barbara Mason's voice. And yeah, just a great album for a Sunday. So let's see, we'll go for the last track, Sunday Saint, Weekday Sinner. Number 3, show a soul cover version. So take the Beatles, Stevie Wonder, put those hands together. You'll have Stevie Wonder's Signed, Sealed and Delivered from 1970. The track is We Can Work It Out. Can't go wrong with choosing a Beatles song. Yeah, this is great track. Love the bass line on it. You can start to hear the instrumentation going towards Stevie Wonder's kind of big hits of the 70s, where he became just like a megastar. I think he was about 2 albums away when he put this out. But yeah, really, really good stuff. We Can Work It Out. Number 4, show a record that could soundtrack a car chase. So initially I was thinking something funky. I've got that Ripple album as well, that John showed, fantastic album. And I thought I'll try something different, we'll go for something rocky. Because initially I was thinking bongos, wah pedals, that's perfect, but I'm going to go down a rocky route instead. So we'll go for the Chamber Brothers' second album, A New Time, A New Day from 1968. Not as psychedelic as the first album, Time Has Come Today, but still you can hear that rock influence. Now, I thought to begin with I'd go for I Can't Turn You Loose, the first track in the album, which was an Otis Redding track, but that was used by the Blues Brothers. They got there first, so I thought I'll go for the title track, A New Time, A New Day, which has got a great kind of rock scream at the beginning before it gets into like the kind of soul part of the song. So yeah, we'll go for that, A New Time, A New Day by the Chamber Brothers. Number 5, show a record where the artist in the front cover just looks unbelievably cool. Now, that's quite an easy one for soul albums because I think the artists always look really cool. But I'm going to go with this one, Swamp Dogg. The album's Rat On from 1971. What's cooler than some dude just totally pimped out riding a giant white rat? Check how he's dressed. Look at those rings that he's got on his fingers. Then he's got like the kind of pimp's beanie. This tasselled white waistcoat, flared slacks. You know, even if it had just been that, that would have been so cool. But then, you know, obviously riding this big white albino rat, I'm sure there's some kind of subtext there that I'm not quite getting. Some kind of metaphor that I might be missing. Hey ho. Brilliant album. I love this album. Loads and loads of great tracks on here. And the one I'm going to go for is the title track. Really, really catchy. I love Creeping Away. Track 4 is brilliant as well. But we'll go for Do You Believe. Brilliant horns in that one as well. So Do You Believe by Swamp Dogg. Coolest dog in the swamp. Number 6, show a record that has a great horn section. I'm going to go with James Brown live at the Apollo. This was recorded at the Apollo in Harlem in 1962. Of course, it's just one of the all-time classic live albums. James Brown really pushed for this album to be recorded, or this live performance to be recorded, because he'd felt up until that point, all of his albums that the record company had put out, they'd be maybe 1 or 2 singles or hits on there, and then the rest of the album's filled with filler. So he wanted to push out something that really showcased his talent, and he felt the best way to do that was a live performance. And I think he self-financed it as well, because the record company in those days weren't big on live records. So, yep, I love the medley on this. It's really, really good. But the track I'm going to go for, I think that really showcases the horns, is his hit, Think. James Brown live at the Apollo with Think. Number 7, show a record by a white artist. So I'm going to go for an album from 2010 from Plan B, aka Benjamin Ballen-Strew. I'm not surprised that he used a stage name with that name. But anyway, he's known as Plan B. This is his album, The Defamation of Strickland Banks, which was a concept album all about a soul singer who was wrongly accused of a murder he didn't commit. And, you know, if you know Plan B, he was more of a hip-hop artist, a UK hip-hop artist, certainly on his first album. And with this album, we wanted to show that he had a singing voice as well. And he really does. He's got a fantastic set of pipes. There's a load of great songs on here. Unfortunately, he released a couple of albums after this. None of them really hit the mark. For me, he did a bit of acting as well. And not long after that, I think he kind of disappeared. And I don't think he performs at all anymore. But yeah, like I said, he's got a really good voice. There's loads of great tracks on here. I think we'll go for Stay Too Long, which is a bit of a soul stomper. Really good. Stay Too Long by Plan B. Number 8, recommend a soul record to a friend who knows nothing about soul music. So I'm going to go for an album that's pretty new to me. I only heard it this year, and it is deemed a bit of a classic from 1971. It's Curtis Mayfield's second album, Roots, on Buddha Records. I really get into this year. Absolutely brilliant. Love the drum beats on here. Love the orchestration. It just looks so cool. Curtis. Really nice copy that I've got of this. A bit of a pimp there as well. And this copy, I've got the nice little, I'll just show you this, if I can get it out. Nice little calendar as well, it comes with it. But yeah, loads of great tracks on here. The one that I will play is We've Got to Have Peace, the last track on side 1. That's a beauty. Okay, Curtis Mayfield with Roots.
We gotta have peace to keep the world alive and war to cease. We gotta have joy.
Number 9, show a soul record that has been sampled. So I'm going to go for a funk one, and it's off of this Rare Grooves Volume 2, and it's a track by Mandy called Bra. I've got a couple of Mandy's albums on CD, don't have anything on vinyl, but yeah, I've got this, and what's the other one? The Message is a great track on here as well. But yeah, Bra's been covered loads of times. It was the inspiration for the Stone Roses for Fool's Gold. Really, really funky track. Just such a great band. You know, they're basically a UK psychedelic funk band with Nigerian influence, lots of Afro-Caribbean influence from countries like St. Vincent and Jamaica. But yeah, really cool band. Like I said, Bra's been covered loads of times, sampled loads of times, but the sample I'm going to go for is from De La Soul's 3 Foot High and Rising, 3 Feet High and Rising, and it is Change and Speak. So yeah, here we go, a little bit of Bra and Mandy. Number 10, show a record with sweet harmonies. This is an absolute perler. So it comes from this compilation called You Better Believe It. Rare and modern soul gems from the vaults of Arco, Atlantic, Cotillion, Reprise and Warner Brothers, 1967 to 1978. I showed this comp recently, and yeah, just love it. Jam-packed full of gems. So the song we're going to go for is from 72 from a band called Cool Sounds, and the song's called Free, I'm Coming Home. Really, really cool. It's like 3 male voices, 1 female voice, and reading the notes on this band, I think they released 3 or 4 singles for Warner Brothers. They all died without even a whimper, and the band kind of dissolved after that. But what a shame, because this is really, really cool. I'm going to play the beginning of it because that's got the best harmonies, but later on in the song there's absolutely fantastic flute as well, and I love a little bit of flute. So there we go, Cool Sounds, Free, I'm Coming Home. Number 11, show a modern soul record. So this was an easy one for me. This is from 2019. It is the Black Pumas with their self-titled debut. What a killer album this is. I think there was 3 or 4 singles from this. All the songs for me could have been singles. It's just brilliant, kind of neo soul, with a lot of kind of tinge of psychedelia to it. Really good. Colours is fantastic. Stay Gold is brilliant. Black Moon Rising, I think that was the first single. Fire, yeah, all just brilliant stuff. They released another album, I think, this year, Chronicle of a Diamond, I think it was called. I've not heard that yet. I'm not sure if it's as good as this one. It'd be hard to be as good as this. I've not even heard it, but yeah, I think we'll go for the track Fire, track 4 on side A, Fire, the Black Pumas. Number 12, the final question. Choose a record or a song to play on the pub jukebox. Now, my favourite songwriting team to come out of Tamla Motown was certainly Holland, Dozier and Holland. Against tough competition from Smokey Robinson, Norman Whitfield, later, Marvin Gaye, Berry Gordy himself. But Holland, Dozier and Holland from 1964 right through the 60s, they were the top dogs. They had the best songs for the best artists, so it's got to be one of their tracks. I'm going to go for something off of the Isley Brothers, This Old Heart of Mine. So initially, I was going to go for I Hear a Symphony, but I probably prefer the Supremes version to that. But these first 3 songs on this record, Nowhere to Run, Stop in the Name of Love, This Old Heart of Mine, Is Weak for You. That's as good as any songwriters in the world, putting something like that out. Those first 3 songs are just all absolute killers. But I'm going to go for This Old Heart of Mine, Is Weak for You. Supremes did it as well, but on this occasion, the Isley Brothers version is the Supreme version. So there we go, that's what I would have on the pub jukebox. Bit of a classic. there we go. That was my Soul Tag 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed putting it together. It was a lot of fun. Love digging out these records today and giving them a good listen. Thank you so much to John, the 6-inch pianist, for putting it together. And until the next video, we'll see you later. Bye for now.